Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam 81, and I'm coming back to you again from ABC7chicago.com. That is the place where I got this story, and it says former McDonald's manager speaks out after throwing a blender at customer. Honey, she boomeranged that damn blender at a customer. It's not funny, but we're gonna get into this video, and then I'm gonna come back with my commentary and the article itself.
People ask me, can Empire Today really install floors tomorrow? Yeah.
Since September the 22nd.
Nashonda Johnson has spent the last month reflecting on the worst day of her more than 10-year career with McDonald's. It was here at the Coleraine Township location near Ronald Reagan Highway where she was part of the now infamous over-the-counter food fight. Brittany Price says she waited for an incorrect food order to be fixed and eventually threw bags of food at Nashonda. Brittany suffered a shattered cheekbone and broken nose when Nashonda chucked a blender at her and it ricocheted off her face.
Her demeanor, first off, was just very aggressive, very intensive, and almost demeaning.
Nashonda remembers it differently.
She the one started this. It wouldn't have never went down like that if she wouldn't have never do stuff at me.
She says it was shift change and she was in the back with the general manager verifying money. Nashonda says she asked the general manager to handle the situation so she could finish.
She was like, Nashonda, stop doing what you're doing. Just go up there and give her the refund. So I'm like, Karen, as soon as I get up there, it's finna blow up. You hear how she up there just going off cussing, just being real irate and real rude up there.
Nashonda says she could hear cussing as she approached the counter and talked with Brittany about exchanging the food. She also says only managers have the code to process refunds, which added to Brittany's more than 25-minute wait time. Nashonda says she then went to get the general manager because this situation was getting worse.
As me walking away from the register, going to the back, she just started assaulting me from the back. She threw a chocolate milk and hit me in the head with it as I had my back turned. So I turned around. Here come the apple juice, hit me in the face. All the Happy Meals in a brown paper bag. She just started going crazy. So every action have a reaction. So while I'm getting assaulted, I just picked up anything that was right there and just threw it back at her.
She says she didn't realize she threw a blender. Do you regret throwing anything?
Yeah, I do, because I miss my job. That's what I do.
As Nashonda looks for a new job, Brittany sets more doctor's appointments. It's a painful outcome.
I never had no incident like this, never, because I always be able to diffuse the situation to whatever it is. They food wrong, we cheat them out of money, or always. It never got to this point.
Okay.
People ask me, can Empire Today...
Alright, so this was in Coleraine Township, Ohio. A former McDonald's manager in Ohio is telling her side of the story following an altercation with a customer last month that was caught on camera. Video from the inside of the restaurant shows a dispute with a customer that ended with the manager throwing a blender at the woman, hitting her in the face. It's just been rough since September 22nd, said Nashonda Johnson, former manager. Johnson no longer works at the restaurant and is now looking for a new job. She has spent the last month reflecting on the worst day of her more than 10-year career with McDonald's. It was inside the location, Coleraine Township, near Ronald Reagan Highway, where she was part of the now infamous over-the-counter food fight. Customer Brittany Price says she waited for an incorrect food order to be fixed and eventually threw the bags of food at Johnson. Price suffered a shattered cheekbone and broken nose when Johnson chucked a blender at her and it ricocheted off her face. Her demeanor, first off, was just aggressive, very intensive, and almost demeaning, she said. But Johnson remembers it differently. She's the one who started this. And basically, it's the same thing that she said word for word in the video. And let me see. She went to go get the shift manager. Natasha, stop doing what you're doing, and this, that, and the third. Right. She said she could hear the cussing and her walking away. She described what happened. She said she didn't realize she threw the blender. Does she regret throwing the blender? Yes, I do, because my job, right? I never had an incident like this. And then at the end it says, according to WLWT TV, criminal charges have not been filed. However, Price's attorney says she is pursuing a civil suit. Okay, and this is my thing about this. If you've never worked in fast food customer service and things like that, you cannot relate to this. But of course, everybody's going to have an opinion. For real, it's about to be a little short story time. Do I think she was wrong? No, I don't think she was wrong, because people feel as though that they're entitled. If you were just quote unquote the Miss Price, if you were in fact just quote unquote waiting for your refund or whatever the case is, that does not justify the fact that you throwing stuff and hitting other people, employees, with it and shit. No, what Price thought was going to happen was that not only was she going to get her refund, but that she thought that she was going to sit there and throw milkshakes and apple sauces at people, when she should have just waited for her fucking refund. So she got a blender to the face. Do I believe that the young lady, Miss Johnson, knew that she was picking up a blender? No, I don't. Because in the heat of the moment, it's a reaction thing. It's that's the only way I can describe it. It's a reaction to an action that was done against you. Nobody goes to work and think that they're going to be hit with objects at their job. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's customer service, regardless of whatever the case may be. Now, this is where my story time comes in, and it has a little racial undertone. So, for my Caucasian Caucasoid people, please don't be offended. But it is what it is. I was working at McDonald's. I used to work at a McDonald's a couple of years ago, and it was out in the area of Maryland where, let me just give you the surrounding visual of it. Very nice, very well to do, out there in the sticks. People had money. Actually, it's one of the richest counties in Maryland. That you could live in, old custom cars, things of that nature, yada yada yada, whatever, on the highway. And long story short, I was working. I was just about to finish my shift at McDonald's, at this McDonald's in Savannah Park. And this couple, this interracial couple, came into the drive-thru. And they said, my coworker at the time, she was taking their order, and they were demeaning her and disrespecting her because she was from either Mexico or Honduras or one of those countries. And granted, her English wasn't very good at the time. But to her credit, she was at the time taking classes for English to learn English. She was doing all the necessary things also in as far as getting her citizenship and whatever the case was. They proceeded to tell this lady that, oh, well, why are you taking orders? You can't take orders. You need to go back to your own country if you don't understand and can't read or speak English. So, needless to say, they're in the drive-through, and the drive-through speaker is very loud. So, like, we hearing this, and we in the inside, and we like, who the fuck is that? Bop, 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 this, that, and the third. So, through all the chaos of them, verbally, going into on this woman, like she told them to, just pull over, come into the store, whatever the case was. So about a couple of minutes later, a lady and a gentleman comes in. It was this white woman and her black husband. Okay? And they come in there just spewing the same fucking retarded, disgusting ass type of, language that they were spewing outside. And, she came to the front, she tried to apologize to them and this, that, and the third. And, oh, I need to speak to your manager. Oh, y'all need to fire her or get her deported back to her country, this, that, and the third. La, da, 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 da. I could not take it no more. I said, you ignorant white bitch. Who are you to tell somebody they need to go back to their fucking country? And brother, homeboy, your husband, how the fuck are you going to sit there and co-sign that shit, given the history that black people and white people got with each other, or black people got with other races, period? How could you sit there and co-sign that shit? I don't give a fuck if that bitch is your wife. How dare you? The GM was there. She was white. The manager was there. She was Hispanic. They trying to call me now, this, that, and the third. My husband at the time, which was my boyfriend, was there because he had picked me up from work. And like shit almost got real. And then she talking all this shit, all this cold cash shit. Oh, alright, bitch. All that, this, that, that. Oh, fuck you, this, that, that. I said, bitch, you are a disgusting ass pig. A ignorant, disgusting ass pig. And I proceeded to sit there and go word for word with her, with the back and forth, with the history of her motherfucking people. And me and her husband's history as us being people of color. And I was more disappointed in him because he was co-signing the fuck shit. He was co-signing her, oh, you should be deported back to your fucking country and this, that, and the third. I said, bitch, how the fuck you gonna co-sign some shit like that when our people didn't even have a fucking choice to say where the fuck we wanted to go or what we wanted to do? Like, bitch, we didn't have freedom. Do you understand? Do you realize what that is, bitch? Do you realize that you ain't in chains dragging around in the motherfucking cotton field getting whipped by massa and towing it by the house niggas? Nigga, do you understand what the fuck you're doing? Needless to say, I lost my job. And I didn't give a fuck about that job or any other job that I currently hold or will ever hold when it comes to bullshit like that. Period. You are not around me, and this is just me. I can't speak for nobody else. This is just my personal experience of what I did. And I talked to someone about it, and he said, I'm going to be honest with you. The moment you called her an ignorant white bitch, you lost your job. And I said, well, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Because it is not right for people to for customers, regardless race, gender, status, orientation, whatever the case is. It's not okay for people to come into someone's job and take the frustrations out on them. But I will say this about Price, and this is only an assumption. Allegedly, that bitch was looking for that bitch is looking for a payday. And she ought to be fucking ashamed of her fucking self for being that fucking disgusting on camera. So should she have gotten that blend in her face? She should have. And that's my personal opinion. Allegedly, she was the cause of her getting a motherfucking blender in her face. And you see the first thing that she did, she went and got a motherfucking lawyer. That's what's wrong with people today. That's what's wrong with people in general, because motherfuckers think that they're supposed to be rewarded for their ignorant ass actions. Period. Cause and effect, my love. Consequences and repercussions. She sat there, she threw a milkshake, she hit the woman in the back of her head. She threw an apple juice, she hit the woman in her face. Instinctively, on instinct, she grabbed what was nearest to her, and that happened to be a motherfucking blender, and she played boomerang with that motherfucker, and she nailed her motherfucking target. And rightfully so. And for Miss Johnson, for that, I'm sorry that she lost her job, but at the end of the day, I hope that she finds some more employment. And I hope that people see this video. And if she does have the good fortune to be hired back at another McDonald's or wherever she chooses to go from this point on, I hope that people see that fucking video and they think twice before they come in there and with the fuck shit. No one deserves to be treated that way. I don't give a fuck who you are. The customer's already always right. No, you have to understand, when a person works at a fast food job or in customer service or something like that, they are not only an employee there, they are also a consumer. And motherfuckers forget that. No, bitch, you're not entitled. No, bitch, I'm not going to kiss your ass to keep this job. I'm not going to sit there and let you demean me. I'm not going to sit there and let you disrespect me. I'm not going to sit there and let you make me feel as though I'm going to be unsafe when I clock out and leave out the motherfucking door. No, I'm not going to do that. You got me fucked up. You got the wrong one. Okay? Okay. So, pretty much that just ends my video, and I wanted to say thank you guys. This was like a small rant mixed with a story time. Again, if you want to hear some more of my story times, please drop some suggestions down in the comments, and I will definitely start doing story times because I have a lot of stories to tell. Some people are not going to like my story times. Some people are going to be offended. It is what it is. You don't have to watch. You always have that option to click off. So, with that being said, please drop down in the comments. Please like.